Math is not the most exciting part of marketing, at least not for me. Like, I love the whole aspect of getting creative and coming up with positioning and things like product titles and headlines and writing copy and coming up with the persuasive sales argument and finding mechanisms and all of this stuff that contributes to being a really great copywriter and marketer focused on generating conversions. But ultimately, if you don't get the math right, like if you are great at getting conversions, but you don't understand the math, you are likely leaving a ton of profits on the table. Specifically, there is one number. There's like, it's like Lord of the Rings, one ring to rule them all. There's one number to rule them all when it comes to your marketing math. And I call this your magic number. And this number it's a concept that I kind of got from Brian Kurtz, but also like it's way older than Brian, and he would tell you it's way older than him. And yet it's as relevant now as ever before. And that's, it's the magic number. This is the maximum amount of money that you are willing to spend to acquire a customer. Why is this important? Well, if you are not crystal clear on that maximum amount that you are willing to spend to acquire a customer, and if you don't base it on the right numbers in your business, then you are likely not going to grow your business nearly as effectively as you could. So, for example, if you have like a $50 first sale, and once you figure out all the costs of fulfilling that and running your business and all of that, you figure out that there's about, I don't know, $12.50, 25% profit in that sale. You might think, oh geez, like the most we could spend to acquire a customer is $10, $12, something like that. Like we have to do better than break even on this. And maybe you'd be right if the purpose of acquiring a customer is to make a sale, then yeah, you'd be right. Like if you just need to like make a profit, right, off of every sale, you're right. But if you think the way that a direct marketer thinks, that the purpose of making a sale is to acquire a customer, meaning the purpose of that first sale is to start a relationship, a mutually beneficial relationship with your customer that is likely to lead to sale 2, sale 3, sale 4 down the road, then you might figure out that, to make that $50 sale with $12.50 of profit built in, you can spend $50, $100, $200, $250. One of my clients who was selling basically a $50 newsletter subscription with math kind of like that. Yeah, that was his acceptable cost of acquisition. That was his magic number for getting one of those newsletter subscribers, was $250 for the $50 sale. And the only way that he could make that work was by knowing all the rest of his math in his business. And the great thing about making that work is your options that are available to you in terms of media, in terms of, the costs of actual fulfillment, in terms of where you can advertise, in terms of like everything. The flexibility, the capabilities that's available to you is so much greater if you can spend $250 to acquire that customer. Of course, he was happy if he was acquiring customers at $150 or $100 or $10, right? He was happy for those numbers. But he was willing to spend up to $250 to acquire that customer because he knew based on other numbers in his business that he could be profitable within an acceptable time frame at $250 per acquisition. And he knew that he could acquire a ton more customers if he was willing to spend that $250 per customer and make a ton more profit in the long run if he was spending more to get those customers. And so that's why it's so important to know your magic number, your acceptable cost to acquire a customer. Now, if you want to go deep into this, if you want to calculate what this is for your business, today is Wednesday, October 21st, 2020, and tomorrow, Thursday, October 22nd, 2020, for my BTMS Insiders members, I'm doing my monthly Insiders Call, where we are going to cover the maximum cost of customer acquisition and the magic number strategy. And I've put together a calculator, and I'm going to share much more about the numbers that go into this and the thinking especially that goes into this. And so if you'd like to join me, I've included a link in the description for you to check that out. And if you are connecting, if you're watching this video after October 22nd, 2020, those Insiders Call recordings are available to all BTMS Insiders members for as long as you maintain your subscription. So again, check out the link in the description, and you'll be able to access that as a BTMS Insiders member. I don't know. What do you think about this lesson? Math is usually a little bit different than what I talk about here, but in my mind, it's sometimes way more valuable, actually. And in the competitive media landscape that we're dealing with today, where like everybody with $1 to spend on advertising is competing for your customers' attention, it really helps to know these numbers. So leave a comment below. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how much value you got out of this idea, out of this lesson, and why. Like, what's your big takeaway? How is it going to impact how you are approaching your business? Also, click that like button before you go so you get more content like this delivered to you, and so the magical algorithms of the internet know to share it with more people like you who would find it valuable. If you have somebody in your life you'd like to share it with directly, certainly share it with them, and subscribe before you go. You can subscribe here. Also in the description, there's a link to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com, which is my daily email newsletter, Monday through Friday, where I share these videos and other content on copywriting, marketing, business building, selling, and more. My name is Furr. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I always aim for that 10 out of 10 value. I hope I've delivered it here, and I look forward to seeing you again in your next video issue. I'll see you soon. Bye.